Hello, and good morning, or afternoon. It's 12:30 in the afternoon. Gotta love my bed head. Look at my dreads coming in, very nice. The back is like jacked up. I don't even know what the back of my hair really looks like. There's some, I think, that have come out. I don't know. I really don't care. Whatever comes out, comes out. So, sorry, that was a message, so I'm just going to kind of... See, I don't want to tie it too much together, because then they'll grow together, and I don't want that to happen. So, we'll just let some fly. So, how are you? Are you enjoying your weekend? I'm sorry. Oh, messages. Yay! I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I've trained, see this little bugger? How this one was over here? I've actually trained it to go to the side. So now I actually have a natural little part that looks, yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy. So you want to partake? Yeah, sound like fun deal? Let me get some stuff out. Woodsy, like twigs. Some kind of fruity smell. It's Death Star. So, let's see if you can't really see it. There you go. It's really, really yummy. Let me see if I can show you. See that in there? I don't want to put it in my hands because my hands are sticky. So, I'm looking for a tray. I got a tray, actually. My box. So, today, out of all days, is going to be a personal day for the Hubs and I, which I am so excited about, and I'm hoping that maybe he might want to do a quick sesh with me, and answer some questions about mental illness and living with somebody with mental illness and being their support system and their most important support system. Everybody has a support system, right? Your mama, your daddy, your sisters, your brothers, your uncles, your aunts, your cousins. It doesn't matter. You got a support system. I hope you do, because that's really important with mental illness. You have to have a support system. So you have this support system. I have this amazing support system. Amazing. And it's really, you know, my mom is very supportive of me, but everybody's moms, you know, should be. That's a law, right? Like, it should be anyway, if it's not, right? You gotta clean it out. So everybody has, I hope, everybody has some kind of support system. I have my mom. Something doesn't taste right in that coffee today. I don't know what it is. It does not taste good. I'm sad. Okay. So, support system. My mom is out in California, so she's on the phone a lot with me, which is fine. That's a support, right? Somebody that you can talk to. And that's all you need, is somebody to talk to. Whether it's a counselor, a therapist, whatever it is, you have somebody to talk to. And I happen, look at this little dread coming out here. I have the most amazing husband and kids on the planet. And a lot of people say, well, if you have bipolar, or if you have borderline personality disorder, or if you have this and you have that, then you should not have children. That people with mental illness should not have kids. Well, okay, I get it. Some people should not have children. More of the severe cases. However, a lot of the times, in my situation, and from people that I've talked to, they had kids before they were diagnosed. So they didn't know that they had any kind of mental illness. So how are they supposed to say, no, I don't want kids, or no, I can't have kids because I have mental illness? And then there's people who go, I do have mental illness, but I'm pregnant and I'm taking all the precautions that I need to take. It's your own personal feeling. You know, I was 19 when I got pregnant with my son. I was 17 when Lacey was born. So I was really young when we started our family. And I didn't know until I was 30-something years old, 32, 33 years old, that I had borderline personality disorder. 33. Spent 30 years of my life in therapy for something that they said, oh, it's just depression. You just have major depression. It's mood swings. You have really bad PMS. That was their go-to for 20 years. I am not even kidding. You have really bad PMS. So we're going to dope you up and give you all these prescriptions that aren't going to work for you. But we got to do it anyway so we can test it. And they did it. I didn't take it because I refused. I didn't want to take medicine for the rest of my life. I don't care if I had a thyroid problem that was out of control. I didn't care that, you know, my chemicals in my brain were so jacked up that I needed something to level them out, right? So why do I keep drinking this? I really don't know what that is. So you got to have a support system, bottom line. And I'm going off topic with medication. We'll get that. That'd be a whole other subject, a whole other show, another video about medication, because I can go on and on and on about medication. Oh, don't get me started on medication. So, your support system. By all means, have a good support system. Have somebody that will be there to lighten your load, to lighten your burden, to make you happy, make you laugh. They're not always going to make you laugh. They're not always going to make you happy. But if you have mental illness, then you understand that everything's going to work out the way you want it. And that is an honest to goodness fact. You cannot get away from it. Never. You know, you're not going to like every little opinion somebody comes up with to help you out. You're just not. You're not. And that's okay. It's okay. You're allowed to have feelings. You're allowed to say, I really want to try everything else before I do this. And that's what I did. I tried everything else. Hello? Oh, I'm doing a video. Come here. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. This is my support system. This is my husband. Okay? Now, when I tell you that it's important to have a support system, I mean it is just incredibly important to have in a support system. I don't care if it's on the phone. I don't care if it's in person. I don't care if it's over the computer. I don't care if it's FaceTime. I don't care if it's a counselor. You got to have something. I happen to have my best friend.
Sorry.
Living with me, sleeping with me, and loving me. And that is the best kind of support system on the planet.
It's my baby.
I'm his baby. Okay, I'm going to take a couple tokes off of Magnum. He is packing up Olaf, and we'll hit a real bowl, but that coffee really made me cry. Because it tastes really weird. Like, I don't know.
Did you make it or did somebody else make it?
I reheated it on the stove. So, I asked my husband if I can ask him a couple questions. And I told you guys I was going to do this in the beginning, remember? And so bear with me. First things first.
What's happening?
Why do you love me so much?
Oh, that's a very long answer.
Huh?
I said that's a very, very long answer.
Oh.
Because there's lots of reasons.
Oh. I was thinking short. Because you're cute.
Well, cute, sexy, funny, intelligent, crazy, which is
Crazy?
not as bad as everybody thinks.
Crazy! So, what?
And because she sexed me up, which is very nice. Yeah.
We're married.
We are?
Yeah.
No? Oh, okay.
So, what is the one thing that you can tell somebody who is suffering from mental illness, be it bipolar, borderline, any kind of mental illness? What would you tell their significant other, spouse, mom, dad, aunt, uncle? What would you tell them is the most important thing to tell somebody who's going through a breakdown or having a very bad day?
Oh, you're just there for them. You can't really. With most mental illnesses and almost anything, the person needs to do a lot of realization on their own. But you need to tell them that you're there so they know when they do realize on their own that they have someone they can go to. Not somebody who's going to judge them, somebody who's just going to love them and be there.
Okay. So what is what is something? Okay, so I can't say, hey, what would you tell a chick? But what would you tell a dude who was married to somebody who was suffering from borderline personality disorder or bipolar, which is borderline you can actually kind of heal from. You could take enough classes to learn. Borderline you have always. Now, did you see the difference between when I had borderline personality, and I still have it, but do you see a difference between borderline and bipolar as a support?
There might be little tiny nuanced differences, but it still all comes back to just being there. And you have to trust people, because a lot of people look at people with borderline or bipolar and they automatically think all the worst things.
Right, because that's what they depict in the TVs and
you just
the
have
shows.
to keep your own mind open to help somebody.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The other part of that deal is they have to be willing to shave your head when it's too long, or when this thing comes to a point here.
Hey, I like your widow's peak. If you notice, this is you're receding, but it's only on this side.
I know, it's weird.
So, but
This must be the side that thinks about the children all the time.
yeah. What if you could go back in time and somebody came to you and said, hey, you're gonna marry and have kids with a certified crazy person, and and they told you everything that was gonna happen, would you still have gone through with it, knowing that you were gonna go through the crazy times and if it possibly pass it on to your future children and grandchildren and things like that?
Grandpa always said, don't worry till you hear the news. I don't think about those things when I'm marrying. That had nothing to do with you,
Yeah.
I was marrying you because I love you, and you make my heart sing, and things stand at attention. Those things don't affect me in that aspect. For better, for worse, sickness and health is me. So it's just all part of the. It's all part of the package.
You took the vows very seriously.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But if somebody came to you, if your future self came to you, if your 40-year-old self came to you
again.
and your 20-year-old self and knocked you on the shoulder and said, hey, this...
I not only would do it all again just because I love you, I would do it all again just to keep pushing how sacred marriage is. You know, I'm not the most religious guy, but there's certain things I do believe strongly in.
Right.
So,
Marriage is one of those
yeah.
things.
Yeah. You fight through it. It's worth it.
Yeah. Cool. So, other than just to be there and support them and answer questions and have you ever okay, here's an actual question. I really have a question. Did you ever feel like you would have to take over my medicine regimen? Feeling like I wasn't taking them enough to make a difference?
No, because, well, I'm not a doctor. See,
But I mean, I'm talking about
no,
making sure somebody
I
takes
know,
their pills.
I know. What I mean by is I'm not a doctor is when you take somebody's control from them, anybody, let alone somebody who has any kind of mental issue, it's harder for them to trust you. It's harder for them to trust themselves, because then if they think, if you don't think I can do it, then why should I do it? You know, so you got to have trust.
Trust.
Yeah. Never felt like I had to do that.
One of the things that I did notice on my side, and one of the things that you have to understand when you have mental illness and you have a support system, you have to be willing to listen to that support system. There was a frame of time where I quit going to counseling. I quit taking my pills. It was what, like 6 months?
Yeah.
Quit taking my pills, quit going to counseling. I said, fuck it. I was fine. I can do it on my own. I was trying all the holistic things. I was meditating. I was doing yoga. I was doing everything that I could possibly think of without taking my pills. I wasn't even taking my thyroid pill. It was bad. It was real bad. And Babbitt had to get the balls. I don't even want to say cojones because that doesn't even come close. He had to find the balls to come to somebody during a slight breakdown, because when you don't take pills for 6 months and you have mental illness, you can go into a very, very bad low, and I was starting to fall. I was spiraling. And I remember this. And you had the balls to actually tell me, and we got into a fight, you remember? Mm-hmm. And you told me, go back to therapy. And it was the hardest thing I think that ever came out of your mouth.
Yeah, that's not fun.
You need medication. You need to go to therapy. That is difficult for
Those are
a
the
sport.
kind of things that, as a supporter, you will, before you let those words come out of your mouth, you'll fight it with everything you are.
Because you don't want to piss off.
It's a very personal thing, and you don't want to piss them off or make them, you know.
Because this is where it gets. When you get to that certain low, anything your support system says to you, you're going to explode on them. He is my lightning rod, which means that if whatever happens to me in this world, he's the first person that's going to get shit on. You know how shit rolls downhill? He's the first one, and then it goes to my kids. So he's the stopper. He's the dam. Okay? And sometimes that dam has to open up a little bit to let that crazy in, so you can close it, and closing it back up is you saying, hey, you have to go back to therapy. You have to get back on your medication. I know it sucks. I know it sucks. I know it sucks. I know it sucks. But you have to. And that's when I realized, that's when it clicked with me that, okay.
That's called, okay, the house is shaky, the gutters need replaced, but the foundation is all there.
Yeah.
So you're good. You just got to work.
And I knew at that point when he told me that I needed to go back to therapy and meds, as mad as I was that he said that to me at such a low point. Pardon me, my cat's having a hairball issue or something, so if you hear
Quite disgusting.
But I realized, okay, you know what? I have to do something. Cheeto. Okay.
Reverse birth.
Cheeto. But
It's got legs.
it clicked with me, and that's when I got really, really serious and decided that no matter what, I need to take my meds. I need to do everything. And then, you know, once that was in my system, I realized I was taking the wrong dosage, so they had to up my dosage.
Yeah, doctors aren't perfect.
No. But your support system can be. I promise you. Your support system can be absolutely amazing. And
The other thing that helps is having a support system for your support system.
yes. Make sure, that's a good point. Thanks, babe. Make sure that your lightning rod, that you're their lightning rod. Number one. Okay? Number two, make sure that they have somebody that they can vent to, because your crazy ass is going absolutely apeshit on them. So why not have somebody go, hey, I need to talk to you for a minute because my wife has done gone crazy on me in that house.
This might sound weird because we're talking mental, but I have had, I can vent to myself.
Yeah, that's actually healthy. Talking to yourself.
Especially if you're doing like a chore or something. I used to mow my grandparents' yard on the mower, on the rider. Loved it. And I'd have whole conversations and arguments with other people. I know what they were going to say. And I'd ease it all out. And by the end of the day, I'd be singing the song. It was always the same song. What a rare mood I'm in. You know, it's just, it's okay to vent to yourself every now and then, too.
Talk to yourself. That's all good. Work it out. That's all good. That's actually a technique that we learned.
Get mad, too, when you talk to yourself.
Get mad. Get angry. Cry. Fight. Whatever. Just don't punch.
Right. Don't punch yourself.
Don't punch yourself.
Don't do that.
No head banging.
No, none of that. No violence.
No violence.
Anger doesn't have to be violent. I'm a giant person.
He is.
I'm a bouncer. I've only really had to get violent with 3 people in 6+ years of bouncing. All right. Laughter. Smile. I know I don't smile much. It's just weird. Mine was put on upside down, so I'm very happy. But just chill.
Kung Fu and I are going to say adieu. It's been almost 25 minutes, and you guys have been so sweet and so great.
This has been fun.
Yeah. Thank you to my guest today, my Babbitt.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that. And soon I'll grow a beard.
All right. Say bye.
Peace, love, and anger.
No
Let
anger.
it out. No anger.
All right. Much love. Catch y'all on the flip side.